guys! So today I wanted to go over with you my top 5 neutral eyeshadow palettes, or also kind of like beginner eyeshadow palettes. And I feel like neutrals and go really well with people who are new to makeup, because neutral colors are so much more forgiving when you're trying to kind of work your way into makeup and kind of figure out techniques and brushes and that type of thing. I have a pretty good mix of palettes you can find at the drugstore and palettes that you might need to order, but all are pretty reasonably priced, I think. So if you want to see my top 5 neutral eyeshadow palettes, then just keep on watching. So we all kind of look for different things in palettes. Personally, what I really want from a palette is I feel like it should have several shades that could be all over lid colors. It should have at least a few matte colors to help blending in either a darker color or a medium tone color or a highlight color, something that'll help take a shimmery shade and make it more subtle if need be. And also I really feel that a complete palette has a matte black. You hear a lot of people say, you know, this is a great palette, you don't need anything, I just take this with me and I bring along a matte black shadow. So to me, if it was complete, you wouldn't need that matte black shadow, you know what I mean? Like, it should just be in there. I hold palettes to that standard, that if it's a really good neutral palette, it will have matte colors in it as well as shimmer, so it'll have a variety of textures, and it will have a matte black. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is from Wet n Wild, and this is the Comfort Zone palette. As you can see, you get 8 eyeshadows with this, and about half you can tell are neutral. This side, maybe not as much, but really for this video I wanted to focus on this side just to go over them really quickly. So this top color is a beautiful yellow-based highlight shade. Right here is one of my absolute favorite colors that I have anywhere in any palette. It's a beautiful coppery shimmer, maybe like a little bit of coppery champagne color. I absolutely love that shade. A really nice medium bronze color, and then a gorgeous, really dark, shimmery brown that's very, very pigmented. So these shades are wonderful. I love the texture of them. I love the quality of them. So starting out, Wet n Wild is a great place to start because you can find them at Walgreens, and it's very economical, and the quality really is there. For me, my personal, expectations and desires with palettes, I wish that this had some mattes in here. You do have a little bit of variation with texture, as this is more of like a satin, that's more of like a shimmer, but that's not really a lot to give you variety of looks and textures that you can play around with. If I were Wet n Wild, what I think I would have done might have been, this is a matte palette, but I would have loved to see them take this whole shimmery row and then this whole matte row and put them together and kind of have a neutral palette that was half shimmer and half matte, and I think that would be really, really pretty and really amazing to have at the drugstore. So, I have both, so I can kind of take them both out and do that, but I wish they had just gone ahead and put a whole row of matte shades on this side. Also, I do like to have a matte black in here, which this doesn't have, but overall it gives you some variety because you can play with some greens and whatnot, and you can play with some neutrals. So pretty good for getting this many eyeshadows for that price. What I have here is the Wet n Wild Vanity palette, and I believe this was limited in stores, but I got mine off of drugstoremakeup.com or drugstore.com, yeah. And there's several online stores that sell these, so it's still pretty economical, and a lot of times you get free shipping. So I would still say this is a viable option, but not something you're going to be able to just drive out and find at a CVS or Walgreens. You can see that on one side it has some really nice shimmery colors. You have a beautiful highlight color, and this is also probably one of my favorite inner corner highlights, a gorgeous yellow tone gold, and a bronze color. So beautiful all over lid colors, beautiful highlight colors. And then what's really nice is this whole side is matte. So you have a matte highlight, a mid-tone matte color, and a darker matte color. So obviously all the colors are warm in this palette. So the look they all kind of go together because they all have that warmer undertone. So the reason this is number 4 for me is just that it doesn't have that matte black. As far as I'm concerned, I love the mix of all over lid colors. I love the mix of matte. I feel like if they had just stuck like a little bar of black, because Wet n Wild has a beautiful black eyeshadow that they do. But if they had just put the matte black down here, I think it would have been 100%, you know, flawless in my opinion, because it's a wonderful size, wonderful shadows, wonderful mix of textures. I just wish that it had the matte black. The next one I wanted to talk about is this little NYX palette. It's teeny, teeny, tiny. You can tell it's very travel friendly. It's the size of my palm. This is a Nude on Nude Natural Look Kit, and you open it up and you have some really nice neutral shades in here. So just to go through them really quickly, you have a darker kind of charcoaly brown, a medium cool tone brown, and then a light highlighting shade. Color that I've used for inner corner highlighting, a pretty champagne color, a gold, a bronze, and then another dark brown that has some gold sparkle in it, and a kind of a chocolatey brown with gold sparkle in it. And you know, just to add a little thing, it's got lip colors down here. I don't get much use out of the lip colors, but for quite a while, this is the only eyeshadow palette I had, and I don't know if you could tell, but some of the colors are very dented in because I use them a lot. And the colors that really I used a whole bunch are this top row of mattes. And I know I really keep harping on this matte thing, but it really, when you're starting out, it's really easy to go overboard with a shimmery eyeshadow, and I find that having a matte shadow to kind of blend it out with kind of brings it back and takes it away from being too much shimmer balm out there. So I really do feel like mattes are very, very important to have. Overall, you know, for size, portability, I think this is an awesome little kit to have. It fits anywhere. It's very, you know, secure. I would throw this in a suitcase all the time, and I never had any problem with it because it's very compact and padded and whatnot. And then also, I put it ahead of the Wet n Wild palettes because, you know, it does have the mattes, and I think for me, the other benefit of this is if you have dark hair, this is actually a really good brow color. I used it on my brows quite a bit. So that's another great thing. And this is a darker brown and a little bit closer to black. It's still not quite black because it is a more of a charcoaly dark brown. But we're getting closer to having, you know, the mix of shimmer and matte and a closer color to like an eyeliner color. And in the US, you can pick NYX up at most Ultas and maybe a couple other stores, but mainly I find NYX at Ulta. Alright, so number 2, and I have to tell you guys, for me, number 2 and number 1 were really, really close, and probably, depending on the day, I might change my mind, so they're kind of interchangeable, so they're both very, very good options. What I decided on for today's number 2 is this Storm palette by Sleek Makeup. Sleek is a British brand, so you do have to order it online, and sadly both my number 1 and number 2 are palettes that you would have to order online, so it's a little bit more of a hassle, but I think they really are gorgeous palettes, and you can get them both at reasonable prices. This is about $10 on their website. Shipping is also about $10, so you would get more money. You would get more for your money if you made a bigger order at one time than just picking up this palette. But to get into the palette, it has, as you can see, some really pretty neutral colors up here, and then some kind of more exciting and daring colors down here. And what I think is really nice about this as a starter kit or even just a neutral kit is you have plenty of options of you know, champagnes and golds and bronzes and colors like that to do a neutral look. But you know, this palette you can kind of grow into this palette because it has more exciting colors down here. You know, it has a gorgeous forest green, a beautiful navy, a gunmetal color. So you can eventually kind of work your way into smoky looks from a palette that also offers a lot as far as neutral shades. So you can see you have kind of like a, what's that, like a rusty kind of color, a champagne, a gold. This is a really nice medium tone matte brown. You know me and my mattes. A really pretty kind of highlight color, lovely gold, a dark brown, a gunmetal color, foresty green and navy, a dark kind of chocolatey matte brown, and a beautiful, beautiful matte black. So This is obviously higher up in my little countdown because it does have this matte black. To smoke out a look, you really do need a matte black, and even if, you know, in every day, just carrying this around and doing a whole makeup look from this, having a matte black is really important to do eyeliner with a brush or whatnot. And, you know, using a black shadow, you can get a much softer, much more natural looking black eyeliner. It doesn't have to be so dark and stark and harsh. So especially when you're starting out in makeup, I think that's really more what you're going for, is more of a soft look, and more of a forgiving look as you kind of like learn your way through it. So that's why I think it's really important to have a matte black in there. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites, and my top 2 for this little countdown. Okay, so number 1 is, like I said, you know, definitely very closely tied with the sleek one, but it has one shade in here that I feel like kind of makes it really unique and really a standout, so I decided to go with it for number 1. It's the Nude Tude palette from the Balm Cosmetics, and it's really a very sleek little packaging. So you have a nice mirror in there. Also, the Sleek and the NYX palettes both have mirrors too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but they do. So when you open it up, you have these sassy ladies who look pretty much like pinup girls and look like they're naked, but they're covered up with the shadow shades. So I really enjoyed the packaging from the Balm in general. It's always very smart, very witty and fun. And so yeah, so to go over the shades really quickly, so you have a beautiful yellowy gold, a shimmery white, kind of a satin pinky color, a more glittery pinky color. These two are kind of like a champagne actually. And then a really nice satin taupe, matte medium brown, kind of a darker smoky taupe, a really pretty golden bronze color. And then this is the color that I really feel makes this palette stand out, because it's very unique. I haven't seen anything like this in another palette, and it's kind of a dark mauve-y matte berry color, and it's just really, really pretty to play around with. You have like a sparkly brown, gorgeous matte black, and then a really nice dark matte brown. So I'm sure you've kind of gotten the gist of how I think about these things by now, but obviously I really enjoy this because of the matte shades it has in here. Also, it's the only palette in this little lineup that I had that has a really unique matte color that's not a neutral. This is a beautiful berry color, and I haven't found anything else like it in a palette or not in a palette. I just really think this makes this palette stand out. And then, you know, on top of that, just like I said with the Storm palette, you know, you can get a lot of really nice neutral looks from here, but you can also kind of grow into this palette. It definitely has a lot of darker shades, like with this section, so you could kind of grow into doing smoky looks, and kind of like more evening eye dramatic type things as well. But then there's plenty of shades down at this end that you can do a really soft neutral look with. So yeah, overall just an amazing palette. I got this off of HauteLook for approximately $20, and their shipping's about $6, so about $26 I paid for this. So yeah, just a really, really nice palette to have, and I think a really great place for beginners to start. Okay guys, so that was it for my top 5 neutral eyeshadow palettes, or neutral or beginner eyeshadow palettes. If you're new to makeup, I hope this helped you, and even if you're not, maybe it showed you some palettes that maybe you hadn't seen otherwise. Oh, and if you guys liked my nail polish, I'm going to be doing a little quick tutorial on how I did this. So you should subscribe so then you won't miss that video, because I am going to do a really quick tutorial about how I did this nail, little kind of wintry looking nail combination. It's not hard at all. I think anybody could do it. So yeah, you should subscribe so you can see it. Okay guys, so that's really it for today. So I hope you found this helpful, and until next time, see ya!